Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the first stand, 2025 Day 4.
Player, you think of him on these powerful melee champions like Silas, like Akali, like Yone, and putting him on one of those here in this first game, I think is a very strong move for HLE as Delight makes his way into the enemy jungle. Yes, he doesn't stop the buff from being taken, but he slows it down and puts a little bit of a road bump there on Yike's tempo. Zeka with a long range of ducked! First blood solo kill over in the mid lane, knocks the rock out of Vladdy's hand.
Wow, catching Vladdy off guard.
Enemy jungle, slow down that red buff take. Feels really good for Peanut in that type of situation as Zeka just says, all right, thank you very much. Orbital laser now locked in with the stolen Leona ulti. Vladdy shoves him back a little bit here. Peanut is gonna clear a ward away, but Targamas wants to flash follow. Zeka's in danger, and Vladdy gets one back. KC are on the board.
Love the confidence there from Targamas. Even though the ultimate gets stolen away, he just fully commits to the play.
Backs away from that. Kana and Zeka will pass one another like ships in the night down here towards that bottom side river as the third Void Grub is stolen away. Callista's managed to grab it, and now KC's got more men. Viper's got to try to get out as he flashes back over the pit, but it's not going to matter. Kana's in hot pursuit. Viper gets knocked the wrong way, but he's still living, and KC get a second kill.
A lot of victories there for KC as they not only get a kill onto Viper, and again, coming into a matchup like this, confidence is key.
Yes, sir.
And it looks to me like KC is playing with nothing but confidence.
Viper maybe playing with a little too much confidence there. It was a really just uncareful path through the mid lane that got him caught. Now, as the chains of corruption from Viper set it up for the slam into the wall from Delight. One more shot from Viper gets it done with a rain of arrows. HLE tie it up 2-2.
Nice punish there from Hanwha. As Targamas, they knew that he had no flash available to him. They had control around the brush, and there was really little
Zeka left down here to deal with him. Low mana here on the Silas, but not in any danger of anything. You can see, though, a move towards the top lane. Kana gets caught between worlds. Zeus, however, missing a little bit of the follow-up damage, but does tag him with a weirding. A teleport showing up as HLE getting back away. Delight in some danger. Gonna get cooked up by Kana as Peanut heads all the way out of town. Ballbreaker ready to charge up, go right back in against him, but Vladdy has arrived here with the Weaver's Wall. Kana still in danger, flash in, coming out from Zeus. Another TP is about to arrive. Very low HP on Peanut, but the feat of warfare is gonna be claimed by HLE as Peanut holds on by 50 HP.
I can't believe Hanwha Life got away with that. They collapsed so disengaged just because of how quickly Hanwha Life collapsed as 5 on the top side of the map.
Zeka stealing away another Leona ulti. Again, the power of this thing, I'm pretty sure it has a 1.0 AP ratio or something very similar. Zeka with the abscond to get away. Wind becomes lightning, does not hit him. Critically, just the very tip of the spear, not connecting there as Callista is left to clear out the wave in mid. Still about minutes left to try to farm some plate money for either side as the gold Vedius really super close 12 minutes in.
Certainly is. I mean, you can see the CS discrepancy in the top lane matchup as,
Zeka jumping in after Vlad. He takes a ton of damage. Has to back away from it, but does force the flash out of the KC mid laner.
Crazy that Zeka can play with that kind of HP just because he knows that Delight has his back. Delight wisely shadowing his laners to help them get the push in so they can go back to base. Meanwhile, Peanut stealing away the Krogs on the bot side of the map. And in terms of the farm, across the board, HLE have those advantages, and it's starting to mount in the gold as well. We look back at this skirmish that happened on the top side.
In enemy territory, laying down vision, just getting as much information as possible for HLE as Viper steps up. One arrow is all he needs, takes the turret plate, doesn't want anything more. Delight and Peanut, both hanging around in the tri-brush here as Yike wanted to check and see. Immediately ejected though, and Delight flashes forward, ready to slam Vladdy back into the turret. HLE, surgically precise with it, immediately get their man. That's the punish on the lack of flash from the play earlier.
That was just phenomenal in terms of execution. The way that the Poppy uses the ultimate to knock Yike away, immediately combos that into the stun underneath the tower. They then commit into the kill, and before Peanut can get CC'd underneath the tower, the TP doesn't have the TP available. I stand corrected. I think that HLE are just going to have to concede this one, and instead they'll trade it for that top tower. Not sure exactly how low that tower is, but given that KC have committed their members on the bot side, now they have to set their sights on this bot tower themselves.
Yeah, Zeus and Delight will be assigned to try to defend it, but they are backing away now. It is a 4-man effort from KC moving towards the tier 1. Targamas dropping everything here on Zeus as Yike is ready to jump in immediately here with a crescent sweep. Knocks him back. Beautifully done. KC got one, and they're gonna get the second. They overload the bottom lane, and it's too much for Zeus and Delight to handle. KC walking away with 2 more kills, tying the game up in that regard as Zeka takes the top lane tier 1 turret.
Zeus still had his flash available, but he thought that with his ultimate he'd be able to get out, but the low cooldown of the Q on Targamas meant that he had nowhere to go. Kana going to invest the Rumble ultimate in mid to keep that tower alive as Vladdy was sent top. Peanut, respect flashing, knowing that
This
KC
mid lane tier 1 turret low enough. The Herald charge should be enough to just guarantee the death here. Shelly rears back, Shelly goes forward, turret goes down. They won't get anything else from that, but they don't need it. The tier 1 out of the mid lane should open up. Remember that the first 2 this game have gone KC's way. And now with Zeka here in the mid lane, the tier 1 turret for HLE will not fall yet, as it looks like everybody is coming to town to scrap for Drake number 3. It'll be Soul Point if KC gets it, and that would be absolutely huge. But HLE wants to stop it. Zeka wants to go over the wall, but he misses the second part of the E. The Dragon's down to 1,300, but it ain't dead yet. Secured by Peanut, and Targamas is down. HLE, they get the objective +1.
I mean,
Up
I
down
feel
the
like
bottom lane to keep that push going, as Viper returns to mid to continue to keep the waves from taking the tier 1 turret of HLE. Now some more trouble for KC as Yike once again, you said it, Vedius, Delight has a bead drawn on this guy, and there's the kill going over to Zeus as Kana keeps retreating. Zeus tags him with a weirding. Targamas can't get in there with a Zenith Blade, and HLE pick up another kill. They get the first kill on Yike this game, and with the enemy jungler down, Otacon is the target for the first seed from Korea.
you can see how such a small mistake can be colossal in the face of Hanwha Life. They collapse so quickly as 5 on the top side of the map. KC are going to struggle to answer this as Zeka acts as gatekeeper.
Yeah, Zeka not afraid to jump in, immediately force Kana away. Zeka knows that he has the stolen Crescent Guard as well, makes it so easy to engage in what looks like a 1v1. Then even if it's not a fair fight, boom, press R, Xin Zhao ulti, disengage. It's Otacon secured for the side of HLE.
And now the landscape of the game is very different because that level advantage that Hanwha Life have built thanks to that Otacon is massive. You look across the board, the idea being that if Yike is there, it can be good, but then HLE just clearing out vision. Yike, a poor place to back. Kalist now caught to mid.
Kalist not where he wants to be either, and again, another kill over to Zeus. The weirding just dance around the Drake. You want to make that dance awkward for the side of KC. Make them feel the pressure in the side lanes at the same time, and there's Vladdy immediately committing the Weaver's wall up into the top side to try to save the turret, but it's not going to matter because Zeka has already claimed it. Now back in the bottom side river, Zeus tags Targamas with the weirding. Peanut jumping right back over to where the rest of his team is. Nobody doing anything too crazy just yet. Still 15 seconds until the Drake spawns. Zek with the abscond abduct, jumping in right on top of Vladdy. Hits him with the chains. Vladdy with a flash out. Zeka with a flash in. A little bit more damage required. Stasis from Vladdy ain't gonna do a damn thing. And Zeka puts him in the ground. But the follow-up from KC. Targamas wants to try to stop the recall. At least get something from the HLE mid laner. But Zeka's not gonna stand for that. He wants to stay and fight because he knows the rest of KC is coming to try to stop him. The abscond abduct is not getting him away that time, and Kalist ends up getting the revenge kill. But it took so many resources for KC to make that an even trade that the Drake goes the way of HLE. The bottom lane tier 2 goes the way of HLE. The top lane tier 2 already
He
went
then
there.
knows that in the 1v1, Vladdy can't do anything. He flashes away, but the follow-up flash from Zeka results in the kill, and now KC looking for a bit of a fight.
Yeah, they dive in on top of Peanut, do a ton of damage, but not enough to kill him just yet. He'll finally burn down. They're to Kana on the rumble. Viper forced a flash back over the wild now 2 as a slam into the wall. Delight's going in after Yike, but he can't quite find him. HLE losing men left, right, and center. KC, ding, 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 we got a winner. 3 dead bodies in HLE jerseys. KC roar to life in the enemy jungle.
They would love to start the Baron right now, but it's Zeka and Zeus that are still alive. The TP gonna have to come through from Kana as he quickly goes back to base.
Oh, there goes your Baron attempt. Zeus for trying it. It feels like
the Baron was for sure the play.
Like that is your moment. You go for it. If they can manage to pull that off, then damn, it doesn't work out. but that's what you gotta go for. Kana trying to take his own red buff. Peanut immediately ready to jump in, goes for the ball breaker. I feel like when I watch Zeus play Aurora, the champ just does more damage, Betty.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it?
Zeus has the cost. The Aurora finding his way all the way out. Yike, Targamas, and Vladdy. KC stepping up. They don't want to allow their opponents to take this for free. Delight misses the ulti. That could be huge. Zeus jumps in. Yike here from the front line. Low health bars on HLE. Into the back line goes Zeka. He wants to kill Nicholas. He needs a little bit more damage to fight, and he finally got the shutdown. The Ezreal's dead. Leona joins them. HLE got 2, and they aren't done yet. Peanut continuing the chase after Yike. Xin Zhao does not have a lot of defensive mechanisms to get away from this one. Peanut with the smite to slow him down. And this kill is going to be desynced critically from the rest. Zeka stealing Kana's ultimate, jumping in on top of him. Kana with the stasis manages to outplay.
KC still crumble in the fight, and Zeka is such a problem.
Going KC grouping up to make their exit so nobody gets caught.
That bot wave is a bit awkward for KC. They have TP available on Vladdy. He needs to go and answer that quickly. Hanwha Life know they have that pressure, so they can get control over the mid wave. They're even going to secure the dragon while they're at it. This won't be Sol, as both teams are 2-2 apiece. Targamas has already lost half his...
Oh, and the stolen Leona ulti to stun him back up. Now Kalist has to flash over the wall to try to stay safe as Zeus is zoning everybody away yet again. KC, health bars rocked, backing away. That was a 4-man play from HLE because Peanut was taking the dragon like you were saying the entire time. That is now sole point for HLE.
I mean, look at the farm on Peanut, by the way. He is super efficient, and he has been non-stop stealing camps away from Yike throughout this game. Level 17, Zeka.
Zeka in some trouble now. He is level 17. He steals the Xin Zhao ulti to try to make the fight more manageable. Gives him enough effective HP to survive. Now Zeus jumping in with Between Worlds. Immediately kills Kalist. Right back on top of the other side for kill number 2. Peanut's keeping everybody else locked down. And KC scatter. There is no way to stop the HLE war machine now. They pick up the kills on the 80 carry and jungler both. And Baron is next on the menu.
It's crazy how quickly HLE collapse. Every single time a member of their team is in danger.
I can chunk him out by half. Also, Yike with the Edge of Night makes it so hard. Viper with the Edge of Night, so hard to engage on this guy.
I mean, Kalist does do a lot of damage, but I feel like that Viper just does more.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, man. It is an 8,000 gold lead now for HLE. Zeus goes between worlds. Vladdy's gonna get caught. Weirding isn't enough to kill him, but he's forced to go gold, and Peanut ready to jump back in with a ball breaker. Mistimes it, but it don't matter. Zeus unstoppable as HLE take the first inhibitor in the bottom lane. Now they'll put their attention in mid, looking for the second. Another Chains of Corruption flies out, does not connect. KC scrambling to defend 4 versus 5. Vladdy's still dead for another 40 seconds. KC making their entry, trying to stop this, trying to hold HLE off. Peanut's burning low, but Zeus has already grabbed another kill. It'll be a 1-for-1 at least, as Kana and Kalist need more firepower. Yike buying a little bit of time here on the front line as Delight jumps in and trades his life for Yike. Vladdy's still got 20 seconds left before he respawns, and Zeus grabs a double kill. Kalist falls, and that'll do it. HLE take game 1.
I mean,